Walking different, talking different. Loved ones see the difference. I'm untalkative and distant. I guess I'm seeing true colors. Stealing this for suckers. Deport the Jerry Hellers and the Busters. Salute the good fellas and the hustlers.
Salute to all the good fellas and the hustlers. What's really good? It's your man, Chef. I got Muffins Martinez to my left, the man of, I'll just say, a million AKAs, but that would be me. This is the guy who knows more about everything about wrestling than anyone else. He'll say no. I don't give a shit. You give flowers where flowers is due. Mr. Muffins Martinez, how are you? It's Monday 4-ish. So how are you, my brother?
Man, doing good. This past Saturday was the Royal Rumble event, the first one of the year, PLE for the WWE Universe. That was streamed on Peacock, not Netflix this time, but Peacock. Peacock still got some stuff going on for themselves. So, the Royal Rumble came and went. A few surprises. Some people were upset. Some people were happy with what happened. I don't know. Me, I don't watch the Royal Rumble. I'm more into the NXT stuff than the actual big stuff. So I just stick to you telling me what was going on and people on Twitter telling me what was going on, man. But, big surprises, no surprises. I mean, my first question I want to ask you before we go in deep. So, what was your overall impression of the show?
All right. Now, you said something, and I got to bring this up because when you said it, I was like, damn, he's right. Right? Like, I loved the Women's Royal Rumble, which started it off. Let's just go there. Women's Royal Rumble, the NXT women I'm going to tell you right now, there's not a woman on that Royal Rumble that, to me, did more than Roxy. What's her name?
Oh, Roxanne Perez.
She's not Roxy. What's her name?
Roxanne
Perez. I'm so used to her. I'm so used to the other name. So Roxanne Perez did her thing. Julia did her thing. Stephanie McCoy did her thing. They represented, and when you sit back and you look at the names that were in this Royal Rumble who have been in WWE for a long time, you expect those girls to outshine the NXT girls, and I thought it was the complete opposite. Trish Stratus coming out, I was surprised, right? When I heard the music, I said, oh shit, Trish. My wife felt otherwise. She was like, why is this old chick here? Trish moved around like she was still in her early 30s. Like, Trish did her thing. She looked good. She wrestled clean. She was high motor. Salute to Trish. Now, I got to give mad love, and I'm going to be extremely biased because I have a number tattooed on my arm, number 21. The 21st entry was the return of Alexa Bliss, who's one of my all-time favorite females in WWE. I thought she was going to come back more of the Bray Wyatt kind of character, and she came back like Alexa Bliss, which I was completely cool with. She came in, she looked great, but I think the NXT girls represented at a stupid high level. And here's where, when you said what you said, it kind of fucked up my vibe with it, because when Charlotte Flair pretty much came in at the very end of the Rumble, I was like, oh, they're going to fucking handle the Rumble while all these girls are slaying it, right? And what happens? Obviously, you force feed Charlotte Flair like you've done her whole career because her last name is Flair. Took her, she had an Undertaker entrance. Took her like 40 minutes to get to the ring. The pop, she got a pop. But if you listen to her pop versus Alexa Bliss's pop smokes hers. Not because I'm being biased, because it was a better pop. Also, the fact that they said Jordana Grace is officially signed by WWE, I was like, oh shit, right? Like, it's no longer she's with TNA and she's over here doing her thing. No, she's a WWE women's roster member, and she looked good. She came in, she dominated. I was very surprised how well she moved because, I'm not a big fan of her. She's kind of stiff at times, and they had her in the ring at the right time because there was a lot of bigger girls in there, and she did her thing. I think the girl's name was K-Fab or something like that. She's one of the NXT girls. She showed out.
She's in SmackDown.
Oh, so she got called up already.
Yeah, BFAB. Yeah, she's been there before. She was part of. She was part of Bobby Lashley's crew with the Street Profits.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't know she got called up. Obviously, I don't watch WWE like that.
Oh, she's been up there
I'm with you. I kind of pay attention. Yeah, I pay attention to the NXT stuff because of you. And I watch like the Rumble and the, obviously Mania. But these girls killed it. And I agree with you. When wrestling is predictable, that's when it's at its worst, right? Like if I know who's going to win, I'm not as engaged, right? Like, and the more I wanted to talk about the after show of Cena, which we'll get to, starting to think they're going to let Flair break her father's record to try to, just give her that, which I think is fucking ridiculous because to me, Flair sucks. She's one of the most overrated wrestlers I've ever seen in my life. And that's just how I feel.
Yeah, there was also Nikki Bella on number 30.
Who cares?
Was it Nikki Bella? I know one of the Bella twins came back.
I don't know Nikki Bella came, but she didn't even look good though. Like she looked,
Yeah, she was.
She
there.
did nothing. Listen, outside of these fanboys that they never left their mother's basement and they're like, oh my God, she's hot. You know what I mean? Like, yo, bro, she's a whack wrestler. She's not a wrestler. She's a hot chick that wrestles. And I don't even think she's that hot neither.
Yeah, so she came out or she came back or whatever. But my surprises were there was no one from TNA. So I was expecting Masha Slamovich. She was the TNA Women's Champion. And since they had the Women's TNA Champion the last 2 years with Madison or Mickey James 2 years ago, and then last year Jordan Grace. Last year, so I was expecting that to happen again this year. It didn't happen. Out of all the champions, they had like Giulia was there. I was expecting Fallon Henley because she's the North American champion in NXT. She wasn't there, so that was kind of surprised about it. And like you said, the predictivity of people already predicting what's going to happen. As soon as I saw Charlotte Flair, I already knew, when I heard of Charlotte Flair, I said, okay, Charlotte Flair is going to win this. No way in hell she's not going to win this. When she's been out for a whole year, and the last 2 weeks, they've pretty done some bigness on her return. So that's the reason why I don't watch Royal Rumble that much anymore, because it's just too predictable when it comes to stuff. So
I was going to ask you, because the girl was in NXT. I don't know if she's still there. She's like a powerhouse brick. Like she has like braids that come around. The white girl too.
Yeah, the white.
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah, Delta or whatever her name is now.
Yeah, that girl blew me away, dude. Obviously you can tell she's jacked, right?
Oh, yeah.
She was physically manhandling everyone that came her way. Like it didn't matter who it was.
I want to see a
good. Chelsea.
I want to see a match between her and Jordan Grace because they're both powerhouse.
Oh God!
So
that would be
that's going to be that.
You got to give that time. I want a 10, 15-minute match with those two.
Yeah, so because that's going to be a lot of slapping around going there. So
Zelina Vega, obviously I'm super biased. She looked great. Yo, bro, everyone in the Rumble except, I don't want to keep saying Charlotte Flair. Who's the one that went to Impact for a while and then she came back? She was with one of the Usos. Yo, dude, Naomi looked terrible. She looked terrible.
Yeah, the glow girl. And you mentioned Charlotte Flair, they're trying to spoon feed us Charlotte Flair and how you said that she might break her father's record. She's up there in divorces now because she just they just announced that her and Andrade were actually back in October of last year. And then it's funny.
So what's this? This is divorce number 3?
I believe so. And I started laughing because I read somewhere where it said, this happened in October. And the site that I read it from said, we didn't want to say it because it wasn't wrestling at that time it wasn't wrestling, thing like a.
No, bro, those goofy sites
It wasn't wrestling like a wrestling news or whatever. And I'm thinking to myself,
related. It wasn't wrestling related. But
that's
you know
not
what though?
news. They take pictures of
Dude.
on the boat. They're there. They take pictures of
Look,
this.
all these wrestling,
that's
yeah,
not wrestling related.
all these dumb wrestling, like if you watch what they do on like Instagram or Twitter, they'll put up like say like an Alexa Bliss or Liv Morgan, who's hotter, right? Like they do that shit all the time to get engagement, right? They'll always do that. Who's a better wrestler, Cena or Roman?
Oh, Chef just put a new picture up. They look at your picture and they put it in their post or whatever. Chef just put a new picture up. Like, who cares?
So you're gonna say
that's not wrestling.
You're gonna say that it's not wrestling related? It's bullshit.
Dude, divorces, accidents, stuff that happens in their own personal life, that's not wrestling related. So why is it different than anything else? Y'all started laughing when I read that.
I mean, listen.
Yeah, whatever, man.
If two wrestlers are married and they get divorced, it's wrestling related because if you're a journalist, you're covering what happens, right? Like, I mean, we don't do that. We don't come on here and talk that.
That's not wrestling related, though. How is that wrestling related?
No, I know.
It didn't happen in the square circle. It didn't happen in the ring. So, it don't matter. I don't care what happens to them. I want their safety to be. I don't give a fuck. That's their business, not mine. It's not going to mess up my day. Oh, okay, whatever. They got divorced. Whoopee, yay.
Bro, this is what I tell people, right? Like, when people go, oh, man, you must have been really upset when the Bills lost. No, the motherfuckers don't pay my bills.
Exactly.
Like yeah, does it suck? Yeah, it sucks, but that's as far as I go.
Exactly. Dude, when I was younger, I'll be going crazy. I'll be honest. I'm like, oh my God,
because
to me. But when
you're
older,
passionate about it, like
so like you said, when we get older, dude, I still gotta get up tomorrow and go to work. I ain't gonna do the day off. Oh, Jorge Titans lost today, so he's not coming to work tomorrow.
Yeah, you're not feeling right. Just stay home today. We'll pay you anyway.
His Titan was 3-14. Let's give him Monday off because he had a rough year. They lost 61-7. Yeah, Jorge's not coming to work tomorrow. Yeah, let's just text them not to come into work tomorrow. Give him
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's goofy shit.
Yeah, but anywho,
what?
They had two other matches that were not Royal Rumble related. They had Cody Rhodes against KO. Cody Rhodes won. And then they had the tag team between 2 out of 3 falls between DIY and the Motor City Machine Guns, where the Street Profits made their returns from injury more than this Angelo Dawkins. So now they look like they're tweeners because they jumped both teams. So now they look like they're going to go after the tag team titles. So that was that. And then now we move into the men's Royal Rumble, where the only surprise of the whole thing was Joe Hendry from TNA came out at number 15
with
the strap with one of the biggest pops I've ever heard anybody give that were not in that company. So I was like, wow.
See, let me talk to you on this real quick, right?
That pop was crazy.
So
imagine a TNA guy.
I think people need to understand.
Imagine a TNA guy getting cheered by 70,000 people. That they never heard a cheer like that from any show they've been ever. To guess a place like that, 70,000.
This is where I was like, I can't wait to talk to you when we do this, because this wasn't like Joe Hendry was on NXT, right? No. This is the Royal Rumble. This is one of the biggest pay-per-views of the year ever for WWE. Royal Rumble and WrestleMania to me.
This is the one that set the tone for the rest of the year. This is number 1 of the year.
Yeah. He came out and pay attention to that crowd. They start doing the clap the hands at the rhythm. They're going nuts. And I'm like, yo, Joe Hendry is lit, right?
Yes.
Like, and let me tell you something. No hate to TNA, no hate to Impact. He'll never get that ever,
no.
unless it's in WWE.
Yes.
No.
unless it's a joint show where you got TNA with New Japan Wrestling and a bunch of other companies, and then do it like in a big place. That'll be the only way. Other than that, a TNA alone show, no, never.
What? He had a good showing.
Yes, he did.
He had a good showing. He had an elimination, and I'm like, okay, fucking. It wasn't like, all right, let's kind of bury the TNA champ. Nah, they let him get his shit.
Yeah, he came out like you said with the strap before he got in the ring. He put it around the ground, got in, did his thing to the Miz, stopped, and then the turnaround, and everybody was crazy. And you see Sheamus just standing in the corner, clapping too, like boom, boom, poof, boom, 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 where he did the mic drop to the Miz. So like you said, they let him get his shit in. He got his shit in. Then this was my surprise, and I'll be honest, I was surprised with who won this because they had Cena, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, all at once in the ring, and you're thinking, okay, like you mentioned before, see, John Cena's goodbye tour happening this year, blah, blah, all the stuff that's going on, and the surprise person won, which I was completely shocked on who won the match. So
I thought, like, watching the finale, watching the last, because it was those four, Logan Paul and Jey Uso, right?
Yes.
So I'm like, all right, Jey Uso's not going to win it. Logan Paul's not going to win it. I could see Roman, I could see Seth, I could see CM Punk, I could see John Cena, especially because CM Punk has never won a Royal Rumble, right? So I'm like, damn, Punk never won a Royal Rumble. Maybe this is it, right? But watching the final two, I was like, okay, like John Cena is going to win this and ain't going to be Jey Uso, right?
Yeah.
John Cena loses. It was kind of an ending, right? It wasn't like Jey Uso did some crazy shit.
Bullshit ending.
It was okay.
Yeah. Don't go outside until the apron. Go inside of their ring. Like, come on now. Jesus.
Yeah. It was kind of but I like the fact that Cena ran right back in and told them, your time is now. It's your time. Yeah. Right? Like he showed mad love. And to me, I'm not saying WWE is putting the keys in his car, right? I'm not saying they handed him the keys. But now if you really think about it longevity-wise, history-wise, when you think of John Cena's last Royal Rumble, what's the next thing you think of? Who eliminated him? Jey Uso is going to be known as the guy who eliminated John Cena on his last Royal Rumble forever, right? Salute to Jacob Fatu as well. Fatu was a beast.
Oh God, yes.
Fatu was a beast. We were saying this off air with Braun Breaker, who fucking destroyed. Speed.
Yes.
I mean, holy shit.
My thing that I hate about that thing is you work a year and they tell you you're going to be in the Rumble, Kawasawa or whatever.
Yeah.
For him to get knocked out and then you get replaced by somebody else who's not even a wrestler. I'm sorry, man, but I'm a wrestler and this is like the highlight of my whole career, my whole year, my, whatever this is. And I get replaced, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, man. That to me is a slap.
When he got cheap shotted, I was like, maybe this is The Rock, right? Maybe we need someone to run in there. The Rock comes in, someone like that, or a new call up, somebody from NXT that you're like, oh shit, here we go. When I seen I show Speed, I was like, I
have no idea who that is. And you told me who it was.
Yeah, he's like, my son knows who he is. Big YouTube kid. Good dude. He's a good kid. He's not like these morons like Kai Cenat and these idiots.
They're all morons.
He's a good guy.
They're going to different
all right.
But he's a moron. So
okay, so he's a moron in your book. Cool. But
pretty much morons anyway.
Listen, he took a crazy shot, right?
Oh shit!
He took it. Woo! he got folded. That's going to be a Royal Rumble moment forever because I'm going to tell you now, if he didn't know how to take a bump, he seriously got folded. Yeah. If he knew how to take a bump, he took it like a fucking professional, right? Like,
I wanted a sneaker to fall out or fly into the first row. That's what I was waiting for. Like, he took his sneakers off this dude. Like Braun Breaker took speed. I want to see top speed like they do for the football players when they break for a run, the running back, and they have him going like 18 miles an hour. I want to see how fast he was going up the rope to hit that thing. I want to see the scientific measurement of the angle, the thrust, how fast he was going, how fast or how bent he was. Because that shit was crazy, bro. I felt it.
It was crazy.
When we play, I still feel it. Like, honestly,
it was
I was waiting, to be honest with you, I was waiting for the Undertaker to come out. because he's been out there for the last 25 years. Even if they would have dragged him out in a wheelchair, he would have came out, at number 31, and here comes the Undertaker being pushed in a wheelchair, or something like that. He finally died on the ring. Oh my God! So now my question is this: you being a big John Cena guy, and you have mentioned before that he needs to win the belt this year, to solidify his career. How do you feel with him not winning the Royal Rumble and being somebody else that we never expected him to be? Jay Cruz, I did not see that coming.
I was kind of taken back. I was like, damn, what the fuck, right? And then you watch the extra shit where they do like the post-match interviews and stuff. And, he walked out. He said, I'm not fielding any questions. Let me get off what I want to get off my chest. He led up with, I didn't know how I wanted my farewell tour. I didn't know, what my expectations was going to be. But I'm telling you now, I'm going to be the world champ before I leave. Yeah. And I was like, okay, right? Like,
he announced himself being in the Elimination Chamber match.
Yup. And if he does not win that, I don't know what they're going to do. Maybe like a Money in the Bank or something like that. I don't know, right? Like, but you got to let Cena get his. I mean, when you think the greatest of all time, everyone's going to say either Hulk Hogan or Ric Flair, depending on what.
Well, what you said right there, right now, does he getting the last belt or winning the belt for one last time, does that defy his career? I mean, does it make a difference?
Yeah,
I don't. To me, no, because he's already done everything that he has to. We know what he is. I don't think he needs to win the title one last time to solidify his Hall of Fame career. Like, this dude is one of the greatest WWE wrestlers ever. So I don't think he needs to be in time. So heavyweight champion to be like, oh, okay, now I solidify my career. No, you've done it all.
When people talk about who's the greatest quarterback of all time, it was Joe Montana, right?
Yes,
and then Tom Brady won a lot. And now the mark is you got to win a certain amount to be greater than Tom Brady, right?
Well,
so you go, okay.
Right? 6. Montana
got
won
6.
Montana got 5, right?
5.
Okay. So Brady surpassed Montana. So now Brady is the top of it all.
And we're not going to make this a sports, because I can break this down and take.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But like when people say Michael Jordan or LeBron's lost more than he's won, and Michael Jordan's undefeated. Yes. So slow down, because Michael Jordan's also one of he's also one of the greatest defense players and one of the most clutch. So you go, okay, when they think who the greatest hockey player is, I'll always say Mario Lemieux, but people will say Gretzky, and Gretzky is known as the great one, right? Yeah. So you go championships, that's what people talk.
Yes.
John Cena having like 16 is nuts, right?
The same as Flair.
We all know that Flair has more.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Flair got more. Flair got more than that. So
through WWE and WCW, Flair has 16, and that's what they're counting. They're not counting the N.W.As and nothing like that.
Exactly. Or Mid-Atlantic, shit like that, because he got 21, 22.
Yeah. So we're sticking with what WWE says because that's the universe, unfortunately.
Exactly.
So he's got 16. Cena's got 16. To me, yeah, everyone will say, well, he can't do what Hogan did. Yeah, because Hogan made wrestling what it is.
Yes.
But John Cena is the same equivalent of carrying WWE as Hulk Hogan did for WWF. It's the same thing. Also, Hogan has a baggage of drama. John Cena doesn't have a baggage of drama.
Like no outside interference or weird, crazy, like what? Not drama, but what's the other word? Shit. I just have.
Bro, he's got no DUIs, no domestic violence, no drug issues. He's got none of these cases that some of these guys got. Yeah, he's got no criminal record, right?
No.
He doesn't have a wife that we know of. He doesn't have a bugged out wife that was with everybody. He don't got that. So I would put John Cena over Hogan easily. Yeah. The only person that's in his way is Flair. You get that one more?
Well, no, because I consider Cena being only a WWE wrestler. So I consider Flair being outside because N.W.A, all that shit that he did before going to WWE.
Yeah.
So if you think about just WWE, that's The Rock.
Oh, Cena.
Guys like that, does WWE guys only. So, but to me, and I agree with you 100% what you're saying. Me, I don't care if he breaks or not breaks the record. He's tied with Flair. He's he's top 5 of WWE wrestlers ever. So he's up there. So I don't think breaking the record or getting 17 is gonna cement his legacy as the best wrestler ever in WWE.
I think if, let's just say sports-wise, you know how when the guys are great, they put a statue out front of the arena?
Oh, yes.
If John Cena, say WWE had a stationary spot, if John Cena broke that 17...
They should by now.
Yeah. If they would put a statue of Cena outside.
What?
I'm telling you that 17 has to happen.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I think, it depends on, it depends on your ideas. You have your idea, I have mine, point of view, you have yours. I agree with you. I don't have a problem with if he wins. But I'm just saying that he doesn't have to break the record to cement
This doesn't This doesn't change anything. John Cena is arguably one of the greatest ever. This enhances that. It's not that he needs it. I just think that you have to give back, right? You have to give it to a guy who's done everything for your company. Listen, he didn't want to come back. This was we're going to Netflix. We need you. Let's give you a farewell tour. Sure, let's do it.
Oh, shit. They brought everybody back. The Rock, The Undertaker, people like that just because of the Netflix thing. So,
yeah. And he's a legit actor, right? He's making movies. He's got that TV show, whatever he's on, where he's like a bullshit superhero, whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah, Peacemaker. Love the show.
Peacemaker, right?
I love Peacemaker.
But I'm saying he's a Hollywood big. He don't need WWE.
And the funny thing is, The Rock is the hero, the superhero. He's the action guy. John Cena is the comedic relief. You need John Cena to be the comedic relief. You cannot give him a serious role. He has to be comedic. And I love everything that I see John Cena in comedy. That's his thing. Comedy is his thing.
I watched the movie with the wife. It's John Cena and Jackie Chan.
Oh,
fucking hilarious.
I forgot the name of the movie, but yes, I saw that couple recently.
Yeah, and if you're doing movies with Jackie Chan, you made it.
Oh, for
right?
sure.
He's got a platinum album, the Chain Gang album. That's a platinum album. Like, what else do we need from John Cena, right? Like, everything he's touched has been successful. The greatest of all time. I'm calling it now. And I'm a Rock fan. Rock is my all-time favorite. John Cena's the greatest of all time.
Yep. All I think is he doesn't need it to win the title. I think that he'll go down as fighting for the title and not winning it. That thing. I think that maybe if they want to do a storyline, they'll go that he loses again in the Elimination Chamber. And I think Jey Uso, they do a thing between him and Jey Uso where Cena beats Uso for his spot. You know what I'm saying? Like a number one contenders match. If Cena wins, he gets the title shot. If he loses, he retires right there and then before WrestleMania.
Wow.
Just to amp it up. And you put that in a March pay-per-view before WrestleMania or a big Netflix show on Monday night. And Cena wins to go to WrestleMania for the title. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? Just to kind of win the curveball. Oh, he lost in the Elimination Chamber. How many chances does he got left to get a title shot? And you know, and he starts playing against Uso, and then Uso being the man that he is. Yeah, I'll put my number one title shot if you put just on one for all, one fight, winner takes all type deal thing. I'm just saying, I think that's more intriguing. They won't happen, but I'm just throwing it out there. So
you know what? And we've talked We've talked long enough on Cena. The last thing I wanted to ask you, even though we've been going back and forth.
Yes.
Pentagon Jr. and Rey Mysterio in the beginning, they had a lot of dialogue, right? And it looked like these guys were showing each other a lot of love, but it looked like we're going to get something big out of this.
Oh, for sure. I'm pretty sure we are going to get a heel Penta coming up in the future. I think I like him more heel than fan favorite. And I believe, that we will get those matches in the future. I would love to see him go up against Dragon Lee, and some of the luchadores against Andrade and stuff like that, and go from there. But, right now, if WWE does this right, Penta could be the next luchador over Rey Mysterio in the next couple of months and years to come, and they could sell a lot of merchandise. And I'm pretty sure they're going to keep them fan favorite just because they know they could sell more merchandise as a fan favorite than a heel, especially for the kids.
Every time he does his Zero Fear thing, that place was going crazy.
Yeah. So more news that happened. Yeah, I don't know if you heard about this, but there was rumors of Drew McIntyre getting tossed out. He goes into the back and goes into another one of his trends or whatever. He starts cursing up a storm that, this guy needs to get his moves in, blah, 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 blah. And then he got his shit and left. So more stuff came out of that night on Saturday night where the placement where he was supposed to get kicked out wasn't correct. It wasn't supposed to happen then. It wasn't supposed to happen there. It wasn't supposed to happen by Priest. It was supposed to happen by somebody else. By Sunday, this was taking more traction. There were really a lot of upset people of the person who he mentioned was out there trying to get all his moves in, his movesets in.
He name dropped somebody?
Huh?
He name dropped somebody?
Well, they were saying the name. Then Meltzer came out. They found out who it was. He's not going to mention the guy's name till somebody else says so. Today, they finally mentioned the person's name of who it was. So now there's going to be some repercussions, or they're going to use this like they always do as a storyline going up against that person in the future. But it turns out your boy, A. Knight, or E. like Drake, was the wrestler was the wrestler in question as the one that was out there going out for himself try to get all his moves in, dictating how things were and how things were supposed to go, and how he Drew McIntyre was supposed to be eliminated at that time. It was supposed to happen later, different way by someone else. So I guess somebody must have called it audible. Priest did, because then the feud is supposed to be between Priest and Drew McIntyre. That's supposed to be the thing going forward. But whatever was going on here, he went back there and went crazy back there. And a lot of people was going like, yeah, he's right. This time he's right. So I don't know if you heard about this, because it finally came out today of the name is being LA Knight as the one person that Drew McIntyre was going off about. So if there's going to be any type of repercussions, I don't know. I'm pretty sure with WWE we've seen before, they take stuff. Well, I don't like Chef. In real life, well, we're going to do into a storyline now, and then we're going to have you, turn into a story because we're professionals, and we're going to, turn it into a story just to make it seem like, well, this was all the storyline from the beginning. So, I mean, what do you think? Because I don't know if because remember, this is not the first time we heard LA Knight having some issues or doing stuff of his own. And remember, the last time was when he was still in TNA, and they were doing the multiverse thing for WrestleMania weekend, and he was supposed to wrestle Tessa at that time. Remember? And he said, I'm not wrestling no female. Yep. And then they told him, I think it's time for you to shut the hell up and stop putting your foot down your mouth and wait till they release you, and then you could just go and, and we never heard from him again for months till he was released. And so this is not the first time he has some kind of dust off or saying things or doing things that he should not be doing.
I mean, I'm a fan of Eli Drake, obviously. I love
That's
Eli
what
Drake.
I'll say. See, for once, I'll say your boy, because this time is your boy.
Yeah. I watched damn near every match he's ever had in Impact Wrestling.
Yes,
right?
Sir.
Like,
yeah, we always liked them.
Yeah, always. I don't know. See, the hard part is who's telling the truth, who's this, because if you're talking to Meltzer, you're an idiot, right? Like, it's kind of like when baseball, Jose Canseco fucked up baseball because there was an unwritten rule. What happens in the clubhouse stays in the clubhouse, right? Like, and then he went through social media, and all of a sudden, we know all the bullshit.
Yes.
But like, if for Drew, if someone called the audible and threw him out, if you're not winning the Royal Rumble, does it really fucking matter where you get thrown out, right? Like, you're Drew McIntyre.
Well, something, I agree with you. I will give you 50% of that. But if somebody is messing up the flow of the stuff, and you can clearly see that he's going out for himself and doing things on his own, he's messing the flow of things. Somebody might get confused and something happened, because when you saw him get thrown out, they went right through and hit LA Knight and Jake Paul. They bumped against him when he was getting thrown out. So I'm pretty sure something got messed up there that could have got worse.
No, 1,000,000%. But let me tell you something. You're all professionals, right? If a guy starts doing his own thing and becomes unsafe, one of you should just grab him and throw him the fuck out the ring. Right? And if Drew Galloway felt so fucking about this, he should have been the one to throw him out the ring. If he was the one noticing, holy shit, this guy's going into business for himself, he's going to get one of us hurt, fucking launch him out the ring.
Yeah.
Launch him out the ring and stop the problem. If you don't do shit, then why are you going to cry about it later?
Yeah.
That's where I'm at with it. Like, Drew, great talent.
Well, I love Drew. And to be honest with you, he was my pick for Royal Rumble. I thought that finally he was going to get his shot, but,
Yeah.
they keep screwing Drew out, and now there's another thing right here. And, he just signed his new contract with WWE, so he's going to be there for a couple of more years. So if you're going to keep complaining or something happens that you're not happy about, Uncle Vince is no longer there. Now they're looking at this as actual business. If you're gonna be bitching and talking about stuff, then we can fire you. Don't matter. So
yeah. And listen, here's where WWE is unlike any other company. WWE doesn't need anybody.
No.
Right? Like, as much as Roman Reigns is a draw, as much as John Cena is a draw, as much as these guys, if I hire one of them, I got a roster of dudes that takes that spot immediately. And I'm not saying Roman Reigns is not somebody. Listen, it's WWE, right? The next guy comes into your position really quick. Jey Uso takes that spot. Like, there's a lot of guys in position. I mean, people wouldn't even be mad if Solo, who hasn't earned it yet, Solo would take that spot. Right?
Shit, Jake Fatu will go crazy right now if Fatu takes somebody's spot.
Fatu, they're loving Fatu. And in the Rumble, he showed the fuck out. The Puerto Rican dude that he's always with the Yankees.
Priest?
He threw out, what do you call it? Drew.
Priest Holmes. I mean, Priest. Yeah, Damian Priest. I would call him Priest Holmes. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Damian I know. Priest. When you said Priest, I thought Priest Holmes myself.
Priest
Damian
Holmes. Priest. Running back. Jesus.
Damian Priest,
I say that all the time.
Who came out of left field when he won his championship.
Yes.
Right? And we were under the, oh my God, is this going to be like a weak thing? And then he loses it. And he showed out week after week after week. It just shows you the depth that WWE has. So, Drew, you want to keep crying and bitching. You're not one of those guys that they worry about firing.
Yeah.
You could go back to TNA.
Yep.
You could go to fucking AEW.
Yep.
Right? Do whatever you want to do.
They'll take you, push you, and then they'll put him in Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
I mean, because I remember one of the biggest shocks was when Monday Night Raw, I want to say over 20 years ago for sure, and Uncle Vince came out, being serious, and he told us how for the better part of the business, he had to make a business decision, and he had to get rid of Steve Austin. Remember, because Austin quit, and he came out and told everybody that he quit. He took the ball and went home, and this is what happens. You out for yourself. You don't want to be a team player. Somebody else got to step up. So now, do we have any more Royal Rumble news before I move on to the next news? Or
nah, I think we good.
Okay. So the next news that came
out.
Look,
I look fly right now. I look fly. I'm ready to talk.
Yeah, whatever. So the next news that came out, and I know you love this because I know you were a big Evolve wrestling fan when they had Evolve.
Me?
Yeah, were you an Evolve wrestling fan or no of the company?
No.
Okay, so there's this wrestling company called Evolve, and I remember
out of Florida.
Yes, Evolve, and they signed or WWE bought it, and then you were getting scared. I remember because you thought they were going to buy ICW, all the rumors, and they were going to buy.
ICW was part of WWE.
Yes, for a while. So Evolve got purchased by WWE back then, and they got pulled right into the WWE Network when WWE Network was hot. So they canceled my favorite show, which was NXT Level Up, and that was the show that they were showing the people that were just coming out and getting ready to get into TV. So they put them on here. So they canceled that show. So now they're bringing back Evolve now again. And that's going to be the show where all these new wrestlers who are getting signed for the WWE ID are going to be performing now. So, so this month, they're going to start doing the tapings this month with the show starting on March 5th on Tubi. Out of all places.
Okay, damn.
The show's going to be on Tubi at 8 o'clock starting on March 5th. And that's everybody who's been getting signed for the WWE ID program and any future ones that they deem like we like this person, we're going to send them here. And those matches are going to be for spots in NXT, Raw, and SmackDown. So if they feel, okay, we like this person, like our girl Sada Steele, who's going to be part of that. My favorite tag team in the Indies, which is Swipe Right, is going to be part of that. So a lot of the people that got the IDs and stuff like that are going to be in this program. Starting this month is going to be tape show. Every month they're going to tape it, I guess, and it's going to be weekly episodes starting on Tubi on March 5th at 8 p.m. on Tubi, which is interesting because I thought Tubi was being closed because that Tubi belongs to Amazon. And I could have sworn that Amazon was closing the doors on Tubi and then taking all the shows from there and putting it on the Amazon Prime catalog shit. So something must have happened. I don't know what happened. So yeah, so that's going to be WWE Evolve starting on March 5th, 8 p.m.
No, that's awesome. To see Zeta Steele, we're big fans of Zeta Steele. She came into MLW for a little while. She was with what's his name?
That moron.
Big fan of the kid. BRG.
Yeah,
she was like the notorious BRG.
We have a part of the WTF, right?
Yep. She was part of WTF. Then she disappeared. She went to like Japan or something like that.
Yep.
Did her thing.
Yep.
Did her thing. Was honing her game and all that. And then we see she was one of the first ID kids.
Yes, yeah. I think the first or second one.
Yeah. And we were like, holy shit, right? Like we knew how talented she was. She has the look. She has the charisma. Yes. And she honed her shit in Asia big time.
Yes.
So now WWE is getting a very polished young athlete who has the entire package, who she'll go from Evolve.
Yep.
They'll fall in love with her like everybody else. She'll go to NXT. They're going to fall in love with her like everybody else.
Yep. And
then eventually we'll see her on the main roster. But you'll see her now through the WWE development system.
Yep.
From what you might not know of her, because some people might go, well, I don't know what the ID thing is. I don't know these people.
Yep.
Well,
there's going to be a bunch of names that I didn't know either when they were getting like, who the hell is this?
Absolutely. So you're going to see Zeta Steele do her thing, and we're just going to continue to see her grow. And that's the best part about this. Is why I like doing these. Like we talk, and a lot of the times we see people that are through MLW, through Impact, through other means of wrestling, ICW or whatever, and we see their careers grow. And we sit here and we're the first people to say, look at these people. We're the ones telling you about the BRGs, the Alex Kanes, the George Michael, Kira.
Now with Jacob Fatu. Oh my God, Jacob Fatu is the future of wrestling. Oh my God, Jacob Fatu. You've been saying that for the last 4 years, watching him in MLW.
Yep.
I said, this dude's going to be the future of wrestling. And we seen him when he was a little more chunkier.
Yep.
Doing all the shit that he's doing now, destroying people left and right. And now he's been there for 3 months, so he came back a little thinner, more in shape. 3 months later, oh my God, this dude is a monster. This dude, but we knew about it. I seen this a bunch of times.
This is the part where we've always told people, don't be promotion fans, be fans of the talent, right? We always say that. The talent is what make everything. We've seen Fatu. Hammerstone doing his thing in Impact Wrestling, where a lot of Impact guys were like, yo, I don't know who Hammerstone is. You should know.
He's recovering. He got a pectoral tear, so.
Yeah, he definitely took a bad shot, but guy is killing it over there. Yeah. The mystery now is what happens with Josh Alexander, who we've been high on Josh Alexander forever, way before anything else, and now are we going to see him in WWE? Are we going to see him in AEW? We don't know. But this is what we have fun doing, right? Like, we talk to indie cats. We put their shit out there. Like, we enjoy this. This is the best part about it. Yeah, we could talk about the Cenas who were super established. We watched Cena when he was nobody. We watched Cena when he was getting his ass kicked by The Undertaker and couldn't catch a W. You know what I'm saying? Like,
with a big chain around his neck with the
lock.
With the lock, and he was a rapper.
Yeah,
with the styles.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
everybody going, like, who the hell is this guy?
We watched this
guy.
We watched Rey Mysterio get launched into the truck, right?
Yes.
Like,
oh my God.
All these things we've seen.
Ooh, he got darted. I still love that thing. Like, boop. Oh shit.
That might be
Yeah.
One of my favorite wrestling moments ever as a fan.
I think so too, because I could still see it in my head, just like right.
You could see that as if you just watched that
Yes,
live
the first
yesterday.
time. Yes. And one more bit of news, because it was just announced this Saturday is MLW's Fireland 2025 from Atlanta, Georgia. I still don't know what time it's going to be. If it's going to be 8, 9, or 10. Hopefully, we might be. Hopefully, maybe go live. Maybe.
Yep.
Yes, maybe okay. So we might go live. But they just announced a new match to the show, and it's going to be for the National Open Weight Championship. The champion being Matthew Justice going up against Bobby Fish versus Akira versus your boy Stingray.
Whoa. So, I mean, Stingray's not winning it. Let's just.
Well, you never know.
Let's get
that's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he won't. But, he
won't win.
He will get some eyes from now till Saturday on the program, because I'm pretty sure some outlets are going to go, Walter Hauser is getting his first crack at a title or something. Yeah, so this is, I think this is his first at a title.
So let's just be not fans. Let's just talk real shit. If Stingray was to win, which I'd be completely against, but if Stingray won, do you know the kind of eyes that Stingray would put on that? And business-wise,
that's why I'll be for it. That's why I'll be for it.
Yeah, I would understand that. Not looking at who the better wrestler is or nothing like that. We're talking about just eyes on the product itself. Stingray wins that belt. All of a sudden, it's everywhere. It's on TMZ. It's everywhere because Stingray's got that kind of following, right? So you go, okay. I don't mind Akira winning it, because Akira has done his thing, and I'm like, cool.
No, he had the belt before? He had that belt.
No, I thought he had the other one.
Open weight.
Didn't he have the middleweight? Because he had the middleweight, and the fat guy had the open weight.
Okay. Yes.
So I wouldn't mind Akira. I think he'd be. I think he could transition to be a really good national openweight champ. I really do. But I would love Bobby Fish to be champ, because I want gold inside of the Rogue Horseman.
I want to say the Extreme Horseman, the Rogue. Yeah, Rogue.
Yeah, the Rogue Horseman. I think that they've been done really well.
Yes.
And I want to see some gold in that faction, because they have been one of the best factions to watch through MLW for a while already now.
Yes. Yeah, so the card is going to be for the MLW Championship is going to be Matt Riddle, the champion, against Satoshi Kojima and Alex Kane. Donovan Dijak against Tom Lawler. That's going to be a good match. Kenta against Kevin Knight. Another good match.
That's going to be good.
The returning Kushida against CMLL's Neon, the kid that we saw last week, or in the taping. Paul London against Bret Ryan Gotham BRG in the Honey Trap match.
I don't even know what to feel about that.
Well, you get tarred in honey, and then they tar you with feathers. Yeah. Middle heavyweight Mystico and Máscara Dorada, because it's named Máscara Dorada, go up against Templario and Esfinge, which are the two guys with the cool masks. Janai Kai versus Myla Moore. And then now the house. That's the one chick that I sent you the picture of, that she was.
Okay, yeah. Okay, you're right.
And then now the House of Duran, instead of being the House of Dragons, is the House of Duran. With César de la Renta, Jesus, and Di Oro, which I'm surprised they found them, even though they never showed them that they saved them. But he's been saved. So they must have paid the ransom money, and now the Oro is back with the family, even though we never saw that.
We might. This might be the transition into getting him back.
Well, if they already
But like,
announced it, it should already happened. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. I mean, I agree. I wouldn't be mad if they showed. I wouldn't be mad if they show him come out of a car or whatever. But you got to show who they're afraid of.
exactly.
You got to show who they're afraid of.
At least at the end of the night, where was the title? If Riddle still, then the guy comes out. Maybe no, they can't because they had nothing to do with him. I don't know who. I don't know how they're gonna do this. To be honest with you.
I mean, you could just do it where he beats up El Jefe.
Yeah, but before or after the show?
No, at the end of the show, kind of like how you always watch the fights backstage, or
Yeah.
you could have El Jefe around a bunch of like the Aztec goons, and the person's beating them up, and him and De La Renta get away in a car driving off or something.
Oh, because the last show ended with Riddle walking in the back and then getting bamboozled by Max Kruger. So, which means Riddle wins, and then Kruger comes out to be his next challenger in February or in April. But I don't think they have a show in March. I don't know why, but I haven't seen anything yet. But yeah, so that's might be the thing right there. So yeah, so that's the MLW show this Saturday. One last bit of news because I just remember because I just saw it. YouTube and WWE just created a new NXT channel. So now all the stuff from NXT, all the PLEs, the shows, episodes will be on the specific YouTube channel now, strictly for NXT.
Wow.
Which I love because I could go back and watch my favorite group, the Jesus Christ, what was the name of the guys? The teacher with the college
university or whatever they're called.
What the hell is it called? Oh my God,
Varsity.
Chase University. I could go back and reminisce on Chase U. Chase U. So, Chev, I don't know if you have anything else wrestling related that you want to tell us, or no?
Nope.
All right. So, Chev, Chev mentioned, don't forget Saturday. Hopefully, with no issues, we will be going live for MLW Fireland 2025. We still don't know what time it is, and God, I hope it's not at 10 o'clock again. Because this is going to be live for another. I hope it's at 8 or 9, because 10 o'clock is killing me. The 10 o'clock shows. Yeah, even live or taped is killing me. Oh, and one more thing that Chef forgot to mention, like the other show, please don't forget to follow us on the Urban Wrestling Network. Subscribe, retweet, follow. We have all those streams. If you're into your podcasts, we are all the streamers, including iHeartRadio. Because Chef always forgets to mention that at the beginning.
Listen, if you're listening to us, Urban Wrestling Network on YouTube. We got all types of content. We got great wrestling interviews.
Don't forget your
wrestling.
Don't forget your new thing.
Listen. So I just did an interview with @Hungry Hassan. That's Hassan Al Ghanim, former law enforcement, absolute badass, super humble. Tried to get him to talk shit, could not get him to talk shit, but great guy. Salute to his wife.
For BKFC.
BKFC. He's doing the interview, bro. He's outside of his his training facility. It's like 3-4 feet of snow that's like around his car, bro. He's got to be freezing, right? Like the guy did, super cool guy. I think we dropped that today at 4 or maybe Friday at 4. I can't remember. We got all types of content. I'm doing sports on here, so whatever you're into, we cover it. We talk Impact, we talk WWE, we talk MLW. As we see, we started with the Rumble, we talk WWE, we talk TNA, we talk MLW. We do the shit, we have fun, and there's no bias bullshit. And when we are biased, which is mostly me, I admit my bias bullshit, but I keep it real. So it is what it is. If you're listening, like I said, Urban Wrestling Network on YouTube. If you're on here and you're at work and you don't have access to the YouTube the way you would like, Spotify, Apple, Pandora, we're on it all. So you can't say, I can't find you guys. Much love. It's Monday. We'll drop this today. If anything big happens, I'll get him to jump back on some point of the week because it's hard with our Tuesday, Thursday with me doing chess, which I now am training someone in chess, which I'm super super excited about?
Oh yeah. Also, I just got into checkers and battleship. Yeah, checkers and battleship. That's my new training that I'm doing now. Yeah, if you're training in chess, I'm training in battleship and checkers. I mean, checkers and battleship. You second my battleship.
Oh, I can't with you. Yeah. All right. So listen, for my unbelievably handsome self, Muffins Martinez, we out of here. Deuces.
Deuces, no balloons.